After Friday's monumental Supreme Court decision that decided that marriage was a constitutional right for everyone, there was a huge explosion in social media. You may have noticed many of your favorite brands changed their logo to reflect a rainbow theme, and many people on Twitter, Facebook, I hear Snapchat had one of changed their personal profiles to indicate a rainbow theme and support for that decision. But many people have also wondered, was this an experiment? Facebook has been known to conduct experiments on selected groups of people. They insisted that it was not. It was the idea of 2 interns in their hackathons that they have periodically, and it caught on, and it was just really perfect timing with the Supreme Court decision. And it's not really, this raises more questions about whether social activism is the slacktivism it once was, or if it's transformed into something new. Can people actually influence each other by doing something relatively passive, such as changing a profile picture? What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, well, I think that the important thing to remember that data is data. So Facebook can track who's changing their profile pictures based off of the programs that they create. And whether or not they use that data or not, I think it's irrelevant because it's just letting people know kind of where they stand. But on the slacktivism part of it, coming from the perspective of a gay person, I know that something like this would not have happened as much as like 10 to even 5 years ago. Seeing something like this is really important to me for seeing like the solidarity in all of my friends and seeing people go through their friend group and like delete people off of it who either protested or just were completely against it.
You know what? I think I agree with you. To write off social media as completely inconsequential to people affecting decisions, affecting other people, gathering people who might already have aligned ideas together. If you look at things like the Trevor Project, you can't deny that there was a huge social media aspect in this. What are your opinions, Dustin?
I mean, I think it's hard to know if it's like some kind of experiment, but it's certainly a way, like you said, to just track the data of it. Because when this happened in the past with these other similar campaigns, people were just kind of doing it. It was more grassroots. Now that there's an actual link, create your profile here, they can just say, look, these are the numbers. You know, and it says like over 1 million people did it in X amount of hours. We might not have really known the impact it was having quite in that same way. So I think that's interesting. If it's an experiment, then I don't know. If it doesn't hurt us, then like, I don't know, they can set it up the way they want, I guess.
Well, this certainly isn't the first time people change their profile pictures to show support for a particular idea or a real-life, larger social movement going on. We have
2012. No, I'm just kidding.
Boy,
just kidding.
Stop coding. No, we have the Human Rights Campaign. People changed their profiles to the equal sign, I believe in 2009. Along with the Prop 8, when that was in the news. We also have supporting the uprisings of people in Iran, people changing their profile pictures to be green, saying they're from, changing their location to Tehran. And we also have people in the VFX industry changing their profiles to a solid green. Some of them are still like that today. And it's an interesting thing to track and look at. I mean, we do have numbers on this. People found that people more likely to change their profile in this particular case to a rainbow overlay depended on several factors, including political affiliation, religion, age. The likelihood for one person to change their profile image was greater with more exposure to changes by friends, but only for the first 6 exposures. After that, the relationship becomes pretty flat. So it's interesting to think of, when did you decide that this was the time, if you changed your profile picture, when did you do it? Like right away when you saw a bunch of friends glomming on? And then you also think, what is the causality of this? Did you do this because your friends did it? Did you do it because you recognized your opinion was now in the majority? And then on the other side of that, there's some analysts are saying, is like, do people who have opposite points of views regard themselves as the minority now and are just staying silent because of social pressure? Did that relationship get flipped?
Yeah, well, and it's also interesting too because we live in the age where a profile picture or an avatar really does represent who you are to the greater like social network. Like my whole family now is on Facebook, as well as all of my friends from high school and college and out here. So like it's really the greatest way to make a stand and show everybody what you stand for. And I think that it's important that people realize what they are saying when they change their profile picture. And it's amazing to me that that's such a big deal.
Yeah, no, it happens so much. And I've seen people post things like, you know, I only got 1 or 2 negative responses. I deleted that person.
Yeah, yeah.
It's interesting to see how strongly that is tied to your identity now. I didn't have to delete anyone because I already deleted those family members.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm going to get a call from an elderly relative. Yeah. So there's also been people wondering, when is it time to take down the rainbow filtered pictures? A couple days, couple weeks, forever?
Yeah.
When is it?
Well, and I don't want to be like a Debbie Downer, but the cause is not over. Like, yes, it was a great, huge step that we have in the United States, but there's still marriage inequality throughout the world in different countries. There's still things to fight for. And not only that, but there's transgender issues, there's bisexual issues. There's a lot of things that you can fight for, but it's your profile picture. So as long as you want to fight for something, then go ahead and change it whenever you want. But
I can't think of a better way to end this, so I'm just going to let you have the last note. That was perfect, Xander.
Whammo.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Whammy!
Social justice.
Audience, what do you think? Did people feel more galvanized to support these beliefs because they saw their friends doing it? Did they already have these views? Did they change their views? How did social media change how people felt? Let us know below in the comments, and please be sure to subscribe for more.